Hey everybody, welcome to this Board Game Life video view of the game Urbion, released in 2012 by Z-Man Games and designed by Shadi Torbey. Shadi also is pretty well known for another game that came out a couple years ago, and that's Urbian. This is a very, very extremely popular game amongst those people that enjoy solo play games. It's a card game that deals with dream states, good and bad dreams, has some really unique looking art, and Urbion follows that same suit, where it deals with dreams, good and bad, and it has very similar art, as you can see by the front covers over here. And that's enough of Urbian. That's for another review, I guess. And what do you get with the game Urbion? Urbion comes in a typical Z-Man style box, where the lid is rather loose, and it will come off, so watch out for that. And then inside the box, we get your typical Z-Man card game instructions over here, which are two rather large sheets that fold up nicely inside the box. Now, one thing to keep in mind, especially if you're used to Urbion, is that the instructions are on 3 pages, not just 2. So make sure to check out the 3rd page for a continuation of the rules, and then the expansion information follows on the 4th page over there. Then inside the box over here, we've got some of the expansion cards, actually all the expansion cards, and I'll go into detail on these in a little bit. Now, if you notice the cards aren't in here, that's because I've decided to sleeve these cards. As for my taste, these cards are a little on the flimsy side, and I started noticing some pretty good wear with shuffling on them, so I decided to sleeve them. And that gives you an indication, at least for my taste, that this game is definitely sleeve worthy. So with the game, these are the sleeves that I used. So Fantasy Flight Standard American. If you're looking for to see what sleeves can fit this game, definitely these guys over here are awesome. Okay, so for the game, what do you get? You get 12 cards over here. These are, with this back over here, these are city cards, and they have very unique art, and this is something common to both of the two games. And you have 2 different symbols on each card. There's 4 different symbols: fire, earth, air, and water. So you have the clouds as air, that little shark fin or wave, whatever that is water. There's fire over here, and then the flat guy here, that's land. So these are what you're basically going to be collecting in the game, and when you collect all 12 of these here, then you've won the game. Then the other cards are the dream cards. There's essentially 3 different kinds here. There's cards with a plus on them. Those are the good dreams. And then there's cards with there's dream cards with the minus on here. These are the bad cards. You can see the art is kind of reminiscent of that. So the bad ones have some kind of creepy looking art. The positive, yeah. Let's just continue with the 3rd kind here. These are chaos cards, and these are dual state essentially. So they could be negative and positive, depending on the circumstance. And all of these cards will have a symbol on them, again, fire, air, earth, and water. So let's see, how does this game work? So first thing that you do is you shuffle all of the cards here, and you deal out 4 city cards. 4, okay? You deal them in a column, like this. All right? And then you put the rest off on the side for later on. And then you take the dream cards. Again, it's a mix of good and bad dreams and those chaos cards. And you take these guys and you deal 2 per city. So we're going to do 2 cards across 4 cities, so 8 cards total. And you do them 2 at a time. So let's reveal the first 2 over here. So we've got a minus and a plus we'll deal over here. So what you wind up doing is the minus goes on the left and the plus goes on the right. Or if you want to use a nomenclature of the game, the bad dreams go on the left and the good dreams go on the right. So we'll just continue to lay these out. So we got 2 pluses, 2 more over here. We've got a chaos card in this one here. And that has a special way to be dealt with here. So we put this card here on the right-hand side because it's a good dreams, a plus. And then this guy over here can be either positive or negative. When you put these out, you put it on the strongest side of that city, meaning the highest value. So right now it's on the plus over here with a +1. So we flip this guy around and we do +5. So this is a rather high area. Okay, and then we got 2 more, which we have a plus here and a minus. Then you deal yourself 4 cards. If there's any chaos cards in here, we have to put them down in here. Again, we have to put it on any one of these cities on the strongest side, and you can't have more than 3 cards per side. So where are we going to put this? I don't want to overload. This is too much over here, so I can either go on the top or bottom here, or rather top and bottom from your perspective. And we'll just put this over here, okay? Because the 2 is higher than the 1, so this is right now a 7, 5 plus 2, and this is a -1. So now I have 3 cards left, and I draw another one. Good, it wasn't another chaos card. Okay, goal of the game is basically to go through and equalize left and right sides, equalize the good dreams with the bad dreams, and then claim that city card. When you first lay these out, disregard all of the symbols. Those do not matter. The symbols only matter from the city and the cards that you place from your hand down to that city. So as an example, this guy right here is a water dream. So it's a bad dream with a water symbol on it. So I can put it here, 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 or actually I could put this one in all 4 spaces. Something like the earth I can't put, or I can put the earth over here on this one. Only, not these over here. So let's see. As for my action, I can do a couple of things. I can play a card down to one of the cities, and I'm trying to equalize it, meaning that I'm trying to get the numbers equal on both sides. +3 on the good side, -3 on the bad side. So let's take a look. I'll put a card down here, and this can go over here. So that was my turn. So now we have -3 on this side and +4 on that side. Now we'll draw another card. Then, beyond playing a card to the table, what you can do is you can discard a card. Discarding a card gives you 2 choices of what you can do. Number 1 is you can move 2 cards. You can switch places with 2 cards only on the same side. So I can switch this one with this one, but I cannot switch opposing ones. And you can also move the chaos cards as well. So let me give you an example of that. Here I will discard the -3 cloud over here. It'll go to my discard deck. Let's say this is a discard deck right here. And then I will move, let's see, what's a good one to move? I will move the +2 here with this +1. Now this is equalized. So we have -3 and +3 over there. So that was my turn, and I draw another card. Good, it wasn't a chaos card. Again, if you draw a chaos card, it immediately has to be put down to the table. Then the other action that I can do when I discard a card is I can pick a card and discard it, and then I can run through all the cities and do 2 different things. I can equalize the whole city. So like over here, I can claim this city. You got -3 and +3. So we just take these out, put them in the discard pile. And this guy here now gets claimed as for my first city that I claimed out of the 12. So we'll put him on the side. This is my little victory pile over here. And then For other cities, if you have partial equalizations, meaning you have a card on the bad side and a card on the good side that are equal, I don't have any right here right now, but let's say I had something along the lines of here. Well, I don't have any like this. If I had something like this, I can actually equalize these two to take them out of the game. I don't claim that city, but I made it a little bit easier to get that spot. When I finish my turn, I can no longer equalize anything or claim any city cards. I put new cities down, and again, you go through the same thing where you draw two cards, very important. Grab two of them, and we got a -2 and a +1. So basically, you continue playing the game this way. I'll draw back up to 4 over here. You continue playing the game, equalizing the cards. You got to remember to keep switching the cards around. That's very important. If you don't switch cards around, I've pretty much found out that you won't win the game. It's as simple as that. I've gone through games where I've played almost all the way through without switching. You get very close, but not close enough. Because the game does end when you run out of these cards. When you need a card for your hand and there are no more cards to draw, then the game is over. The other way to win, of course, is to claim all the city cards. But again, that's a little bit harder, and more often than not, I run out of cards. So that's pretty much a mechanic of the game. You're just drawing cards and trying to play as efficiently as possible. There is one thing that's kind of cool is if you wait to claim all your city cards, let's say you equalize all 4 of these guys over here. If you claim all 4 at once, you get another city card as a bonus. So you actually claim 5 city cards. That's almost half the cards in the game. So that is Urbion. Let's check out some of the expansions. In the expansions, there's a couple of them. There's a 2-player variant, which uses, let me get these cards out over here. There's a 2-player variant that uses these 2 cards over here. They call them polarity cards. So this is the bad dreams. This guy here is the good dreams. So one player has this card, the other player has this card. The person that has the bad dreams can only play negative cards to the table. The positive polarity over here, they can only play positive cards to the table. And you can switch this so that you can get rid of the other cards in your hand. So that's a 2-player variant. There is another variant over here. They call it the Arch. Let me look it up real quick. Sorry, I don't remember what it's called. The Arch Squares and Metas. What this does is it gives you a couple more cities. You get 4 more cities in this game. And these cities have all 4 symbols on them. So they're kind of like wildcard cities. The gotcha is you play these in addition to the 12 that you have. So you have to finish the game with 16 cities, which can be tougher or easier depending on which way you want to look at it. And then in addition to those, there are 8 other cards, which are the meta cards, which are these guys right here. So these cards have positive and negative, and you can basically use them however you want. So this one here can be used as a -3 or a +2. And so that's Arch Squares and Metas. The other expansion, or the last expansion, is the Book of Powers. So the Book of Powers is a number of cards here that give you special abilities throughout the entire game. Like you can go through and move cards from one city to another. You can discard certain cards and play, etc. The gotcha to this is you go through these and you basically choose how many of these you want to play. So let's say you want to play 3 of these, so the others you wouldn't use in the game. And these 3 over here would then cause you to discard cards from your deck. So that makes the game a little bit harder. So these cards help you, but you've basically made the game run out faster. So the more of these that you use, the quicker the game can potentially end. So you better maximize these if you can. Now, for my taste, I don't play with these. I like the base game fine enough. I mean, it's fun for me where I don't need these. So overall, I really prefer this game over Onorim. I tended to get bored with Onorim, and the thing I didn't like most about Onorim was the constant shuffling. It was shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. It was just annoying me like crazy. This game over here is a lot more fun. Granted, it's got a very mechanical feel to it. The theme doesn't really get me at all. I'm just looking at the symbols. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm not looking really at the art. I'm not a fan of the art, but it is what it is. And it just basically solving, just adding up math on either side. Okay, yeah, this city here, I can equalize it and I can claim the city and so forth. So it's a little bit of a math exercise, but it's fun. It's a lot more fun than playing solitaire on the computer, definitely. But it has the same kind of feel as just a regular solitaire card game. As far as the game goes, I enjoy it. If you like solo play games, I definitely recommend it to you. And that's Urbion. Definitely check it out.